Welcome to the 24th week after Pentecost. It is Wednesday, November the 6th, 2024. This is the Manna at the Tap podcast, where we as a community actively seek the spiritual nourishment our souls crave. The daily lectionary reading we explore together is the manna designed to nurture our spiritual growth and provide the sustenance our souls need. I'm Gloria, your fellow traveler on this spiritual journey, and together we share insights and interpretations from these readings that enrich our spiritual lives. As Ruth chapter 3 opens, the barley and the wheat harvests are over. Naomi has devised a plan that she says is for Ruth's own good. And if all goes well, Naomi will also benefit. It is a bold plan with sexual innuendo. But first, Ruth takes off her widow clothes, bathes, puts on perfume and new clothes befitting a woman eligible for marriage. At night, she goes to the threshing floor, not to party, but to see where Boaz lies down for the evening. She'll watch as he eats and drinks in celebration of the seeds he planted that have provided an abundant harvest. He lies down and goes off to sleep, and Ruth will uncover his feet and lie down within, but nothing happens. The lectionary reading is Ruth chapter 3, verse 8 to 18. Halfway through the night, Boaz is startled awake and a woman is lying at his feet. This pillar in the community asked in the dark, "Who are you?" Naomi had instructed Ruth that Boaz would tell her what to do, but his question of who she was forced her to answer hastily. She does not identify herself as a Moabite, which is the label she washed off during the daytime when she had a bath. She tells Boaz, "I am Ruth, your servant." And she lets him know why she is there. "Spread your wing over your maidservant because you are a redeemer." When Boaz first met Ruth in his field, he prayed to the Lord, the God of Israel, under whose wings she had come to take refuge, to richly reward her for what she had done. Now Ruth is direct, and she challenges Boaz to put his money where his mouth is. She will take the action Naomi directed her to do and turn Boaz's words back to him. She sought refuge under God's wings when she left her family and country. Now she's asking Boaz to spread his wings over her and to personally provide for her, as he had said in his prayer when they first met. Ruth had become the divine blessing standing between Naomi and emptiness. Now, Ruth invokes the intimate relationship between divine will and human action. She wanted Boaz to act as the guardian redeemer on her behalf. Boaz will find himself as part of the answer to his prayer. His marriage to Ruth would redeem her from a socially and economically vulnerable life as a foreigner, and Naomi as a childless widow. Once Ruth identified herself and made her request, Boaz switched gears. He invoked a divine blessing on her for her loyalty in accompanying Naomi home and for not running after the younger man, whether rich or poor. By choosing to marry him, she secured Naomi's future, the future of Elimelech's lineage, and her own security. Boaz realized the position Ruth had placed herself in, and he assured her not to be afraid. He promised to do all she asked because everyone in the community knew her to be a woman of strength. By the way, that's the meaning of Boaz's name, strength. Ruth's actions inspired him to think more of her, not less. Then Boaz remembered a member of Elimelech's family who was a closer relative to him. Twice he will ask Ruth to stay for the night, and in the morning he would contact the other relative to see if he would be willing to be her guardian redeemer. In the eerie half light of dawn, Boaz sends Ruth home, but not before he gives her grain to take with her. Then he went back to town. Naomi was wide awake when Ruth came home, and she told Naomi everything that had transpired, including the statement that she was not to go back to Naomi empty. When Naomi arrived at the city gates of Bethlehem, she told the women the Lord had brought her back home empty. But with Ruth around, she had never been empty. Boaz assured the future of the two women, but they will have to wait to find out what will happen at the town gates when Boaz encounters the near guardian redeemer. Naomi is anxious and tells Ruth they must wait, and Boaz will surely deal with the matter today. The lectionary reading tomorrow is Ruth chapter 4, verses 1 to 10, as we join Boaz at the town gates.